suffer. Every night, I can feel my leg and my arm, even my fingers. The body I've lost, the comrades I've lost, won't stop hurting. It's like they're all still there. You feel it too, don't you? I'm gonna make them give back our past.
What's up, gamers? As we all know, there's a situation in Europe between a country named Russia and another country named Ukraine. However, for those of you who don't know, here's the Vice President of the United States to explain it to you.
So, Ukraine is a country in Europe. It exists next to another country called Russia. Russia is a bigger country. Russia is a powerful country. Russia decided to invade a smaller country called Ukraine. So, basically, that's wrong.
With this knowledge, American corporations have once again decided to step up to the plate and make the world a better place and fight for Ukraine by doing what they do best: virtue signaling. This left Putin utterly devastated. And for those 9-year-olds who needed the vice president to explain this to you, he's the president of Russia. But not just that, soon he's gonna be the president of what will be the former country of Ukraine.
So basically that's wrong.
So with that being said, a man like this can only be stopped by true heroes. Corporate PR reps! And so with that being said, let's see what these heroes of the Republic have done to stop Putin in his tracks.
Activision Blizzard is suspending new sales of and in its games in Russia, the game company's president Daniel Allegra announced in a publicly shared letter to employees via Eurogamer. The move bars Russians from any new transactions with the company, which includes both the sales of its games and in-game purchases.
Oh my god, Putin won't be able to buy any more COD skins. This is so sad. Now, Putin was already devastated by this, but Activision is going above and beyond to stop him.
The press release doesn't specify whether the ban includes both digital and physical games. It does, however, highlight some of the contributions the company and its employees made to Ukraine, and also offers resources to workers affected by the war. The crisis in Ukraine comes at a sensitive time in Activision Blizzard's history. The company continues to face criticism after it was sued for allegedly fostering a toxic workplace culture last year.
And there you have it. You can't talk about Activision without mentioning employees having their asses slapped at a party. But hey, you see, Activision is turning it around. They're here fighting for their employees. And at this point, I think it's worth pointing out this little disclaimer that they put at the end of the article where no one will read it. But no, Activision is doing this out of the goodness of their hearts, guys. You just gotta believe them. I mean, if The Verge says it's true, it must be.
Activision Blizzard joins a growing list of game companies. We are doing everything possible to assist employees and their families who are being directly affected by this tragedy, Allegra says in the letter. If you or a colleague needs support, please don't hesitate to reach out to your manager or local HR leaders. I'd also like to remind you that our Employee Assistance Program is available to those who need emotional support during this difficult time.
But I thought those managers were gonna sexually harass them. Or have they really turned things around at Activision Blizzard, as this article implies?
Activision Blizzard joins a growing list of game companies that have stopped doing business in Russia. Microsoft, which announced its plans to purchase Activision Blizzard in January, has moved to ban new sales of its products and services in Russia and Belarus, a block that not only includes Xbox games, but also products associated with Windows, Office, Microsoft 365, and more.
Oh no, Putin can't buy Microsoft Azure to provide cloud services for his rapidly growing business. But I guess this means Russia's gonna be moving over to Linux pretty soon. Or Microsoft's just gonna forget about this in a month and back down. Because, you know, thoughts and prayers aren't gonna save a country.
Meanwhile, EA Games removed Russian teams from its FIFA and NHL games, and later cut off all sales to Russia and Belarus.
Oh my god, a bunch of Russian gamers won't be able to compete in a tournament? Wow, Putin is shivering in his timbers.
Cyberpunk 2077 developer CD Projekt Red has also taken similar steps in barring physical and digital sales to customers in both countries. Activision Blizzard notably hasn't blocked sales to Belarus, Russia's economic partner.
Oh my god, we need to boycott Activision again. They can't keep getting away with this.
You can't keep getting away with it!
The Verge reached out to Activision Blizzard with a request for comment, but didn't immediately hear back.
Oh my god, you sent an email and didn't immediately hear back. They must not want to talk then. Or maybe your journalistic standards aren't the best.
Epic is stopping commerce with Russia in our games in response to its invasion of Ukraine. We're not blocking access for the same reason other communication tools remain online. The free world should keep all lines of dialogue open.
The free world should keep all lines of dialogue open, which is why we're no longer providing these lines of dialogue. But hey, it's not like anyone uses the Fortnite store anyway.
What am I gonna do?
Shortly after Activision Blizzard's announcement, Epic Games stated that it's stopping commerce with Russia in its games, and notes that it won't ban Russian players from accessing them. It's unclear whether the Fortnite developers' ban on commerce applies to microtransactions, games, or both.
Why would it not apply to both? The main reason they're stopping commerce is because the Russian ruble is becoming worthless. And when they do business in Russia, that business is done using the ruble. Therefore, when the companies go to exchange the rubles for something like the US dollar, their profits are now becoming less and less viable. Therefore, many companies see reason to stop doing business in the country altogether. The only reason they're saying that they stand with Ukraine is that they want to improve their brand perception and public image.
Earlier this week, Russian Vice Prime Minister Mikhailo Fedorov called for Xbox and PlayStation to temporarily block Russian and Belarusian accounts and halt their participation in esport events. He later asked a number of developers, including Epic Games, Nintendo, Rockstar, and Tencent to halt their games in Russia.
And don't let that narration fool you. The Verge really confused the Vice Prime Minister of Ukraine with the Prime Minister of Russia. And I'd also like to point out that this makes the Ukrainian Prime Minister seem more focused about esports than, getting his people out of the country into safety. And I'd also like to point out that Ukraine's government isn't letting men ages 18 to 60 leave the country. So, good stuff.
So basically, that's wrong.
But that's a sign of a government that just absolutely loves its people. Now, a guy named Tim21 raises an interesting question about this, which is, why haven't these companies done the same thing for the Uyghurs in China? Now, the simple answer is, they don't really care about the cause. They really only care about the money. They're only saying that they support Ukraine because it's good for their brand image. However, where this guy goes wrong is when he says that Russia is committing a genocide against the Ukrainians, which isn't exactly the same thing. And he also still thinks that they're doing this out of the goodness of their hearts. But he was so close to figuring it out, and so we should at least give him some credit. But corporations aren't the only groups of people that want to seem morally superior to you. As a matter of fact, there's retards all across Twitter and Reddit who just love the country of Ukraine. Now, if there's one thing you should take away from this, it's that you should think critically and not take what corporations tell you at face value. Now, as we see with all this Ukraine shit, people are actually believing companies when they take the moral high ground, when really it's just about the money. And of course, the corporation's job is to produce money for its shareholders, so you shouldn't fault them for that. But if you did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like, maybe even subscribe. It'd really help out. I'm trying to make a more consistent upload schedule, so for now, I'll be uploading every 2 weeks or so. So with all that being said, night night, motherfuckers.